Right, we're going to have a look at the first conditional now. Okay, as you will see again there, I have written in the first place the grammar form. Right, so what we do with the first conditional are two clauses again, if, present, okay, and the second clause is now slightly different. Okay, you will see we're going to use the future tense, will. Okay, so in our first conditional, I've made a note here, the only conditional that is a condition, really, okay, something that we use more often in a corporate environment, okay. So if you think of, if you are in logistics, in marketing, in sales, okay, anything like that, you have a condition. You won't supply something unless a condition is met. All right. So I won't deliver the apples that you have ordered if you haven't paid. So we need to have a look at this. Yeah, this is my condition. All right. So if we go back to our grammar form here and look at the first conditional. Okay, so if you pay the order online, I will courier the apples. Okay, so there's our form. All right, so the first part of our clause, present, if you pay the courier, if you pay online, I will send the delivery with the courier. The second part of the clause, future. Okay, let's look at a few more examples. So if you pay online, I will deliver the apples. It's a condition. First part of the clause, present. Second part of the clause, future tense, using will. The second example there, if you want to purchase this product, you will need to pay up front. Okay. So again, our two clauses, the first part, present, if you want to purchase this product, and our second clause, you will need to pay up front. This is my condition. To pay up front, a side note, to pay before. Okay. The third example I have there, if I want to get better, I will need to complete my course of antibiotics. Okay. If I want to get better, present, future, I will need to complete my course of antibiotics. Okay. So this is our first conditional. All right. We have the grammar structure there. First part of the clause, present. Second part of the clause, future, using will. This is a condition. I won't do this if you don't do that. Okay. As I say, often used in a corporate business environment, because of a lot of things that we do with business, means that terms need to be met. Conditions need to be met. And this is why the first conditional will be very often used in a business situation. Right, we're going to move on to the second conditional now. Okay, so you will see there, let's start with our grammar form again. We have two clauses. The first part, if, past tense. And in the second part of the clause, we're going to use would. Okay, this makes our structure very simple. So, if, past, in the first part of the clause, and the second part of your clause, use would. Let's look at how we normally use second conditionals. Okay. The most common use is advice. All right. We've all heard, if I were you, if I was you. Both can be used, both are correct. Okay. I am used to, if I were you, but if I was you is also correct. Okay. Then we have these untrue, unlikely situations as well, unfortunately. If I won the lottery, okay, or if I was Superwoman, if I was Batman, okay. So, unlikely situations, I'm probably not going to become Superwoman. Unlikely, I'm probably not going to win the lottery either. Okay, so with our second conditional now, going back to our grammar form, if, past, in the first part of the clause, and would in the second part of the clause. You'll see on my notes there, we can change would, we could use could. We could also use might. Okay, slightly different meaning. If we go back to our modal verbs and remember it, it gives it a different probability. I would do it, could do it, I'm able. I might do it, I'm still thinking about it. Okay. So let's look at our examples now. Alright, the first one we have there. Okay, if I won, past, if I won the lottery, I would travel to Italy. I've always wanted to go there. So if I won the lottery, I would travel to Italy. This is what I would do. Okay. Our second example. If I was Superwoman, I would travel all over the world. Our third example, the classic advice. Okay. If I were you, I would do more research before making a decision. If I was you, I would do more research before making a decision. Yeah. So when we're making sentences with our conditionals, the first very important bit is our grammar form. Yes. Okay. Once you get the form right, the sentences become easier. Okay. And as we've looked at now with our conditionals, we've looked at how to use them briefly in each example. We'll go into some more examples as well. Okay. With the second conditional here, remember we could also say if I won the lottery, I could travel to Italy. I could travel to Spain. It's also possible. And if I were you, I would do more research. I might do more research. I could do more research to make a better decision. Right, we're going to continue now with the third conditional. Okay. I think this one is an easier one because it's just about the form, the grammar. And the grammar naturally makes it into regret. Okay? Something in the past, something we can't change. So let's start by looking at the grammar form. Alright? You will see there we have again our two clauses. Okay. The first part of the third conditional, if past perfect. Okay? Second part of our clause, we're going to use would have. Okay? Or in my examples, wouldn't have. Can be negative, yeah. Okay. So first part of the clause, past perfect. So you're going to need a past participle in your sentence. Okay. If I had known, if I had driven, if I had flown, if I had grown, if I had bought. Okay. And then the second part of your clause, would have. Okay. So the third conditional, as we said, is regret. It can't be changed. It's in the past. Okay. So with the third conditional, our grammar structure is going to give us regret. Okay. Let's have a look at our examples. First one that I have there. Okay. I don't like chilies. So, if I had known it was a chili, I wouldn't have eaten it. If, past perfect, with my past participle, known, if I had known it was a chili, I wouldn't have eaten it. Gives me regret. It's in the past, I can't change it. Okay. So, but I didn't know, I ate it. Let's have a look at the second example. So, if I had driven my car more often, the battery wouldn't have gone flat. Okay. Battery with no power is a flat battery. So if I had driven, past perfect, with my past participle, okay, the battery wouldn't have gone flat. Let's look at the third example. So if I had done that course, I would have impressed my colleagues. Okay. Had done, past perfect, past participle done. I would have impressed my colleagues. Alright. So the structure, naturally, with the third conditional, gives us regret when you get it right. Okay. When are you going to use it in conversation? When you regret something. Okay. When you wish you could change something, but you can't.